Okay, let's dive in. We're looking today at a really striking chapter from the prophet Ezekiel.
That's right, chapter 9. It's this vision set right in Jerusalem, a very intense scene.
It really is. It kicks off immediately with this kind of divine, almost military assembly.
Yeah, you have these 6 men showing up. They come from the north gate, which often signals trouble or judgment in the Old
And
Testament.
they're armed, seriously armed.
Right, with deadly weapons.
Yeah.
But then there's this seventh figure, quite different.
The man in linen.
Exactly, dressed in linen, which often points to like priestly duties or purity.
Mhm.
And he's got a writing kit. They all gather near the bronze altar.
And at the same time, there's this other really significant movement happening.
Oh, absolutely. The glory of God, it actually shifts.
It moves from where it was above the cherubim.
And it goes to the threshold of the temple itself.
Yeah.
In Ezekiel, this kind of movement is huge. It often suggests God is, well, preparing to leave the sanctuary because it's become so defiled. A real turning point.
Okay, so everything's in position. What happens next? Do they get instructions?
They do. And they're very distinct commands for the two groups. First, the man in linen.
The one with the writing kit.
Yes. He's told, go right through Jerusalem, the whole city, and put a mark on the foreheads of certain people.
Which people?
Specifically those who are sighing and groaning, the ones who are genuinely grieving over all the detestable things, the awful stuff happening in the city.
So the mark is for the distressed, the ones who hate the sin they see around them. It's like a protective sign.
Seems that way. A sign of separation based on their, internal state. And right after that, the command goes to the other 6.
The ones with the weapons.
Yeah, follow the man with the mark. But their job is judgment on everyone else. Anyone without that mark.
And the description of that judgment is pretty stark, isn't it?
It's incredibly direct. Chilling, really. Kill without showing pity or compassion. It spells out old men, young men, women, children. No exceptions if they don't have the mark.
Wow. And where does it start? That detail seems important.
Crucial. The command is specific. Begin at my sanctuary. Start with the elders who are right there in front of the temple.
So judgment begins literally at the house of God with the religious leadership.
Exactly. It really underscores that defilement from within, among those supposedly closest to God, is taken incredibly seriously.
And the outcome.
It's grim. The men do it. The temple courts, the holy place, ends up defiled, filled with the bodies of the slain.
How does Ezekiel react to seeing all this unfold in his vision?
He's overwhelmed. He says he's left alone. He falls face down and just cries out to God, ask, are you going to destroy everyone, the whole remnant of Israel, in this anger against Jerusalem?
It's such a human response, pleading in the face of this severity.
Absolutely. And the Lord answers him, gives the reason.
What's the explanation?
God says the sin of Israel and Judah is exceedingly great. He points to the land being full of bloodshed, the city full of injustice.
So violence and social injustice are right at the core of it.
Yes. And crucially, God quotes what the people are thinking or saying. The Lord has forsaken the land the Lord does not see. They basically think God isn't there or doesn't care.
So because of the depth of their sin and this belief that God is detached.
Right. Because of that, God says, I will not look on them with pity or spare them. He's basically saying their own actions and their dismissal of him are coming back on their own heads. It's direct consequence.
And how does the vision wrap up?
It's quite brief. The man in linen, the one with the mark, just comes back and reports, I have done as you commanded. The marking, the preservation part, is complete.
It's a heavy passage, judgment, yes, but also this thread of preservation based on, well, grief over sin.
It really makes you think.
It does. So for you listening, something to chew on perhaps, what connection does this text draw between the sins out in the city, the injustice, the bloodshed, and what happens right at the temple with the leadership? And what does it say about the role of lament, of grieving over sin in a time like that? Just something to consider from Ezekiel 9.